The jury in the Sean Diddy Combs racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking trial has reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts.
In the last few minutes, the jury in the sex trafficking trial of the music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has reached a partial verdict.
You've seen the headlines. Sean Diddy Combs isn't just fighting for his freedom. He's fighting to preserve the empire he built. Once hailed as hip-hop's third billionaire, a vodka mogul, fashion icon, and media powerhouse, he now faces legal battles that could change everything. According to Forbes, his net worth has dropped to $400 million. And if federal prosecutors succeed, that number could fall even further. Authorities raided his homes in Beverly Hills and Miami. They reportedly found firearms, narcotics, and what investigators describe as evidence of a criminal enterprise. But it goes beyond drugs or weapons. Federal filings allege that Combs didn't just build his wealth with music and marketing. They claim it was built on intimidation, coercion, and silence. Now, prosecutors are pursuing him under RICO laws, the same statutes used against organized crime. The question isn't just whether he'll be convicted. It's whether his empire was ever just a business at all, or something far more calculated. Sean Diddy Combs built a story that looked like a classic rise to riches blueprint. Harlem roots, Howard University dropout, big ambition, bigger spotlight. By the early 1990s, he launched Bad Boy Records with a $15 million distribution deal from Arista. Soon, he was everywhere. Billboard charts, MTV, Grammy stages, and even fashion runways. He cultivated a brand, a lifestyle, an empire. But behind the champagne and Cîroc ads, there were always whispers, a sense that his control extended beyond branding. Now those whispers have erupted into front-page allegations. This isn't just a public image in crisis. It's a high-stakes federal investigation in motion. And according to prosecutors, Combs' rise wasn't fueled by ambition alone. It may have also been powered by fear. You don't build a billion-dollar image by accident. And by most accounts, Diddy carefully engineered his. After being fired from Uptown Records in 1993, he launched Bad Boy Records with a $15 million distribution deal from Arista. It wasn't just a label, it became a hit-making machine. Bad Boy churned out platinum albums, eye-catching videos, and a lifestyle brand that screamed power. But Combs didn't stop at music. In 1998, he launched Sean John, helping bring streetwear into the high-fashion mainstream. By 2004, he was awarded Menswear Designer of the Year by the CFDA, a rare achievement for someone with no formal fashion training. Then came Cîroc. In 2007, he entered into a profit-sharing arrangement with Diageo to promote the vodka. While he didn't own the brand, marketing reports say he treated it like his own, and it paid off. Some estimates claim the deal earned him close to $1 billion over 15 years. He later expanded into De Leon Tequila, launched Revolt TV, and even opened a charter school. But through it all, there was one constant: control. Control over the brand, the message, the image. And according to critics and some former associates, that control extended to the people around him. Because when you peel back the surface, this may not just be a story of business brilliance. It may also be a story about how far someone will go to protect the empire they built. From the outside, Diddy looked like a marketing genius. But critics and former collaborators suggest he operated more like a master strategist behind the scenes. Take Maze, one of Bad Boy's biggest stars in the late 90s. In 2020, Maze publicly alleged that Diddy paid just $20,000 for his publishing rights and then refused to sell them back unless Maze paid millions. His claim? You purposely starved your artists. For Mace, this wasn't about money. It was about power, a dynamic of control. Then in 2023, Diddy made headlines again. He returned the publishing rights of several Bad Boy artists, including Faith Evans, 112, the LOX, and Biggie's estate. On paper, it looked generous, but some insiders questioned the timing. He reportedly turned down a catalog sale worth hundreds of millions. Why give it all back? Some speculated it was a moral pivot, others noted lawsuits were already beginning to stack up. And the control, according to former employees, wasn't just contractual. A former bad boy president told the LA Times that Diddy had a propensity for violence even during the label's heyday. Other media reports have referenced stories of intimidation, tightly managed entourages, and loyalty that appeared enforced more than earned. So when people say Diddy built an empire, it's true. But what some accounts suggest is that it was a kingdom where power was protected at all costs, and not everyone inside felt free. In November 2023, the narrative shifted dramatically. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former longtime partner, filed a lawsuit that captured national attention. In her complaint, she alleged sexual assault, physical abuse, and that she was coerced into sexual situations with others. She also accused Diddy of drugging, surveilling, and manipulating her throughout their relationship. Just 24 hours after filing, the case was settled. No admission, no denial, just a joint statement calling the resolution amicable. But the floodgates were open. Within days, 4 more individuals filed lawsuits with similar allegations. One woman claimed Diddy sexually assaulted her when she was 17. Another alleged she was drugged and assaulted. Many of these suits pointed to a consistent pattern: claims of coercion, psychological manipulation, and silence. Then came the bombshell detail involving Kid Cudi. Cassie's lawsuit alleged that in 2012, Diddy made a serious threat that he'd blow up Cudi's car. Months later, Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. A spokesperson for Cudi reportedly confirmed to the press. This is all true. None of these allegations have been proven in court, but their consistency drew the attention of federal investigators. Prosecutors now say the behaviors described in these lawsuits weren't isolated or personal. They reflect a wider pattern of exploitation, a system allegedly used to sustain image, status, and control. And if those claims hold up under scrutiny, then Diddy's public persona isn't just in question, his entire empire is. March 2024, federal agents raid 2 of Diddy's properties, one in Beverly Hills, the other in Miami. According to multiple reports, the investigation involves allegations of sex trafficking, narcotics distribution, and potential racketeering under the RICO statute. What law enforcement claims they recovered made headlines: parts from AR-15-style rifles with serial numbers defaced, loaded magazines, a Gucci bag allegedly containing ketamine and MDMA. Items like lingerie and lubricant were also cataloged in the search. While some called it sensational, federal sources described the items as potential evidence of a broader scheme. Tools within what they allege was a long-running pattern of exploitation. Since then, the ripple effect has been financial. Diddy's $60 million private jet was sold. His Beverly Hills estate, valued at $61 million, was listed. His Miami mansion? A judge blocked him from using it as collateral for bail, citing active forfeiture proceedings. Under federal forfeiture law, if prosecutors can show that any property helped facilitate criminal activity, it can be seized, even if indirectly. That includes homes, cars, business assets, or intellectual property. And prosecutors aren't stopping at objects. They're alleging the empire itself, from record labels to liquor partnerships, was structured to support a network of influence, wealth, and concealment. Nothing has been proven in court, but the argument prosecutors are making is clear. This isn't just about lifestyle or celebrity. It's about whether the empire itself was the facade. Financial collapse doesn't happen overnight, but Diddy's empire, it's losing altitude fast. In 2022, Forbes listed Sean Combs as hip-hop's 3rd billionaire, citing ventures like Cîroc, Sean John, and Revolt TV. He wasn't just making money, he was printing it through brand power. Then came the wave of civil lawsuits, then the federal investigation, then headlines about severed deals and dropped endorsements. By early 2024, Forbes revised his net worth to $400 million, a staggering drop of over half his estimated fortune. His 15-year partnership with Diageo, the spirits company behind Cîroc and De Leon, ended abruptly. Diageo bought out his remaining stake for a reported $200 million. Officially, the breakup was described as amicable, but it came amid a flurry of negative press. Meanwhile, his planned $185 million cannabis acquisition, one that would have made him the largest black cannabis operator in the US, has stalled indefinitely. And even if Diddy clears his name, the reputational damage is already profound. As one Drexel University professor said, for Diddy, reputation was the business. That reputation is now a liability. To fight the charges, he's hired legal heavyweight Stefan Casella, a former DOJ asset forfeiture chief. But federal forfeiture law is broad. If a jury convicts, prosecutors can pursue nearly anything they argue was connected, even indirectly, to criminal activity. Which means, if things go south in court, the empire may vanish faster than it was built, not through failure, through forfeiture. So here's where things stand. Sean Combs denies every allegation, civil and criminal. No charges have been proven in court. But the picture forming from lawsuits, testimonies, and government statements is hard to ignore. This isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's the possible unraveling of a cultural empire. One lawsuit, one asset, one headline at a time. He built brands, built image, built power, and prosecutors now allege that what he built may have involved coercion, manipulation, and criminal conduct. If a jury agrees, this isn't just about losing money. It's about losing identity, legacy, even freedom. Was it just aggressive business or something deeper? Subscribe to follow this story as it develops, because whatever happens in court, Diddy's empire may never look the same again.